The TED mission and the TEDx mission is ideas worth spreading. And it is a laudable one, in fact, and it's a lot of fun. But there are some challenges in this world, in fact, that will not succumb to a great idea. You have to develop and deploy a solution to defeat them. And I like to call these opportunities problems worth solving. Today, you're going to learn about two projects where members of the Baltimore community came together, and I like to call it a forced collaboration because they didn't know each other, but have committed to work together to launch and deploy a solution today at TEDx Baltimore. And the first one is called Project CASL. For the TEDx Mid-Atlantic conference that was last October, I had recruited a fellow by the name of Derek Braun. Derek is a geneticist. He's on the faculty at Gallaudet University. Derek is deaf. And in early April, on April the 1st, I went down to meet him. April the 1st, no joke. And on my drive back, I started thinking, you know, like a little hamster on the wheel. And I'd been in Baltimore about 2 years at that time. And I'd gone out, I've been to conferences, workshops, theater, so forth. And I had never encountered a sign language interpreter, which fundamentally meant that, in fact, I'd never shared an experience with a deaf person. Now, I know the deaf certainly are among us, and we are sharing public spaces, roads, restaurants. But how can this be normal? That's weird, I thought. The reality is that for a variety of excuses and failures, a minority group within society has become isolated from the rest. The deaf community, you and me, are being deprived of opportunities to interact. And these are experiences that would augment us all and enrich society. We're being deprived of that. So how does something like this come to be acceptable? Today, in America, anywhere? I don't know. I really don't. Well, at TEDx Baltimore, we decided to make it unacceptable. April the 1st, I met Derek Braun. May the 3rd, I'm up in New York to run our first test, and this is the scene. Working with a pair of interpreters, Chris Tester and Natalie Atlas. So you see on that far monitor, this is the feed from TEDx Delray Beach coming off the web in Florida. And right above that little monitor facing Chris, there's a little webcam, and it's capturing his interpretation. And this is what our viewers online saw. On one side, Chris. On the other side, the TEDx Delray Beach. Lo and behold, it worked. Simple as that. And this is simply a web browser, a page. And what I learned is that in sign language, clapping is like this. So what we had demonstrated is that no matter where the interpreter is, where the conference is, we can combine them on stage for deaf viewers anywhere. And this is, it's not even a platform, it's a web browser. Neat, huh? So, and the website is projectcasl.com. April 1st, May 3rd, January 31st. Today, we launched Project CASL. Next slide, please. And these are the 4 volunteer interpreters that are working. In this case, they're working downstairs backstage. And in fact, they are pioneers. And they volunteer their time to come and be part of this. And today, we actually raise the stakes even more. We are broadcasting into the audience, into iPads. If you're using Project CASL, could you please stand? It's not working? Okay, well, technical difficulties, but the idea was that they'd be sitting there and we'd be broadcasting to the audience on iPads. We'll get it to work by the end of the day. Fundamentally, this is extremely important. This is a community event by bringing people together, and that is effect is the vision. Now, it's pretty big, you know, April 1st, January 31st, pretty awesome. There's another reality, though, I want you to understand is that I don't want you to think this was all fun and games. In fact, well, it was fun and it wasn't, but it's been challenging. I've been talking to everyone who would listen, and to some, in fact, who wouldn't listen, you know, about this. And I was like, why, if it's so simple, why don't we do it? It's a simple browser. And a lot of people ask me questions, you know, would it be like, you know, is it appropriate to pay professional interpreter, not the paid interpreter, to volunteer? How would you prepare the interpreters? How will the deaf community receive it? And 60 other questions. And you know what? I don't know. But I know this. What we're doing today has never been done before. And I recognize that some of the questions that these people are asking me, and I will tell you, some of these critics are in the audience, I see them. Some of the questions they raise are, in fact, legitimate, and they're very important. But Project CASL comes first. Project CASL needs to succeed so we can get to the point where we can tackle their important questions. If CASL fails, their questions are moot. Project CASL must succeed first. So I hope you join me in supporting Project CASL, because I strongly believe that this is a problem worth solving. And to members of the deaf community, I want to say this. I am committed to developing a sustainable business model to unleash CASL across Baltimore and make it available to any TEDx organizer in the world. Hell, even the big TED conference in March. And I look to rely on your help and your insight, and your help and your insight. Thank you very much. This is certainly a problem we're solving.